Okay, ladies, here's the video where I'm not showing myself, but I'm just going to show you kind of how I would pre-plan a day for this person for 175. Okay, and again, you can do this for anything, whatever. If you're 150, if you're 210, if you're 300, whatever your pounds are. So we went through in the last video and we figured out our calorie target, which was the 1575. So we're eating within the 1500 to 799 category, okay? And that is on page, I already did that. I think it was page 19. Okay. Right here, page 19. Okay, so we figured out that we were in this category. Now, turn a couple pages to page 25. Okay, so you can see here that each container has a certain food group basically, and it tells you how much to have. So if, for example, if something is somewhat difficult to put into the container to measure, like for example asparagus, 10 large spears, all right, it can kind of give you an idea instead of actually trying to jam it in the container how many to have. Then your purple are going to be your fruits. Okay, so for example, a banana is a half of a large, or a grapefruit is a half of a grapefruit. Your red container are basically going to be your protein. Shakeology fits into your red container. You do not measure it out, 1 scoop. Basically, you're just going to count it as a red container. Okay, and then your yellow containers are going to be more of your complex carbs, your healthy grains, your things like beans, lentils, edamame, oatmeal, your whole grain pasta, you know, things like that, okay? Then your blue container is going to be more of your healthy fats, okay? And then your orange are going to be some of your seeds and some more really healthy fats, things like peanuts, olives, coconut, that kind of thing. And then your dressings, and I will tell you, use these dressings. I'll share more of my thoughts on store-bought dressing, both regular and fat-free or low-fat and stuff like that. Just in a nutshell, I believe that those are all garbage. So anytime you can make your own healthy dressings, please do. So page 56, check those out. One of my favorites is the creamy herb, and you can put any herbs in them and make it to your taste. All right, so those are your containers. Then you're going to have teaspoons, what you can have in the teaspoons. Okay, which are some nut butters and your olive oil and coconut oil, things like that, the organic stuff if you can. And then your free foods, okay, things that you don't have to count at all. All right, so you can see those there. That's on page 37. Okay, now I will address this very quickly. Beverages. Now again, Melissa asked this earlier today about almond milk, and I too use unsweetened vanilla almond milk in my Shakeology. I have for a very, very long time. And so that is something that I will not do without. So I know it takes away from eating another one of those yellow containers every so often. But how I figured it out, because I don't use 16 ounces at one time of almond milk, I basically use 4 ounces. I use a half a cup. So figuring that out, basically I can count out, say one day I'll stroke off of a yellow container, and then for the next 4 days, I can have a half a cup of almond milk in my shake. Okay, and so I just kind of count it off twice a week. I have one yellow container twice a week that just accounts for my half a cup of Shakeology each day. So, okay, so I'm going to close this book here. I don't know why my phone keeps looking like it keeps going purple, but okay. So I kind of did this ahead of time. I'm going to turn my phone. And you can see here I've sort of planned it out, and I always do this with these sheets. I write out what I'm actually eating, and then I count it off over here. So for example, for breakfast, I'm planning on eating, okay, and I'm saying that for me because obviously that's the whole idea, is to plan it out for yourself. I would have here a spinach and onion, 2 egg omelet. So 2 eggs counts as 1 protein. Okay, again, you'll see that in your booklet. And then I would do a full green container, mostly spinach with some onion of my choice, whatever I would feel like. And then I would saute that in the pan using 2 teaspoons of olive oil, so account for that right there. And then I love grapefruit, so half a grapefruit, okay, is 1 purple. So there's for my breakfast. Then my morning snack, Shakeology, and I would do, Shakeology is under the red, I would do a cup of, or not a cup, but a purple container of frozen cherries, okay? And then again, since it's Monday, say it would be Monday for day one, then I would go ahead and count that almond milk for one full yellow, even though I'm only going to do half a, I'm only going to do a quarter of that each day. Okay, but I just counted off one time, and then maybe Thursday I would count off another one. All right, so then, so meal 3, which would be lunch, say I would have a green salad with chicken breast, and then an orange container of dressing. Okay, and then maybe throw some black beans on there to get in more yellow. So then I'm going to have 2 green containers worth of salad. I usually like to get the stuff in the store that's pre-washed, that's organic, kind of those Power Greens, and so I know I don't have to wash them, it's quick, and I just kind of rip them apart with my hands. So then there's my chicken, there's my beans, and there's my dressing. Okay, going down to my snack, I had planned out 1 apple and 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. So there's my 1 apple. There's my 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. Dinner, tilapia, steamed broccoli, sweet potato. Okay, so tilapia would be my protein, 1 green container of steamed broccoli, and then a serving of sweet potato. Okay, and then finally at night, if you look, I've got 1 blue container left, and I love pistachios, and I love kind of snacking on them, so I like to buy the ones that are not shelled. They're in the shell, kind of slows me down, and I can have 20 of those just to kind of get a little something, grab a glass of water or a cup of tea or something at night, and then I'll do some pistachios. So that's like one day. That's how I would plan it out, and I would highly, highly recommend that you not fly by the seat of your pants and sort of think after the fact, like starting with breakfast and then you get caught maybe having to go out for lunch, or maybe you've planned real well and then you didn't for dinner, and you go out for dinner and then you've blown your numbers. So plan ahead, as best as you can. Plan ahead so that these little notes are written. You know what you're going to eat. You know how it all pans out here, so that each day you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and not just hoping it happens, okay? And then you'll notice down here I've got water, and I wrote 80 ounces. Now, again, I would keep track each meal. It gives you spaces here where you can do that. But I'll talk about water again during the challenge when we get going, and why I believe that amount and such. But that 80 ounces should be your minimum of where you should be drinking your water. And I'll get into some more specifics later, but at least shoot for 80 ounces. That's about 5 normal water bottles. Okay, when you buy a 16.9 ounce water bottle, you're getting slightly over 80 ounces. So 5 water bottles a day. That's not too bad at all. Space those out throughout your day, and you're going to get plenty of water. At least a good start anyway. So hopefully that helps. Again, any questions you have, go ahead and post underneath this video, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a great evening.